my lovely Legionnaires. How are we doing today? Our lovely dragon has made a request. Hang on. My community server. Weeb memes. That boy can't if it says so much want.
Everybody do the weenus. The weenus is a dance.
I knew it would be worth it. That night, Marcel had some dreams.
Had a few dreams.
Everybody do
The weenus. The weenus is a dance. Hello, chat. How are we doing today?
Everybody is a genius.
Who knows it in advance?
Did you see the meme?
Which meme?
Go in Heaton's community server, they weeb memes, they listed it.
I also saw the, feeling like total shit today. I guess I'll just skip lunch. 3 meals every day. Yes, Senshi.
Look, if it's legitimately helping people eat regularly, I'm not going to complain. It's not stupid if it works.
No, it's not. I've said this before. It's not dumb if it works. You do whatever goofy shit you need to if it helps you get through the day and it doesn't fucking hurt anybody.
If you need to imagine Naruto saying that you're doing a good job for brushing your teeth to brush your teeth, then keep doing it.
Yeah. Also, okay, so we watched today's episode of Dungeon Meshi. We watched it at lunch. Daedalus? I get it. I also hate Shiro now.
I can't believe he only likes the girl autism. He sees her as a manic pixie dream girl.
It's so fucking bad! What a dickhead! Fuck Shiro! All my homies hate Shiro. He's so mean to poor Laios.
Can't handle boy autism. Unfucking believable.
For a minute, I had college 20-page research assignment. Ooh!
Ooh, if I've only ever had to write a 15-page paper once, I can't imagine writing 20.
What was it about? Was it at least interesting? I did. I think you're probably right. Crafty! Hello!
Hello. It is me, the crafty man.
I'm
I
trying.
thought we were kidding some cats.
I am kidding some cats.
Are you recording the footage?
I am recording the footage. I made sure.
Let me have the tasty fucking data.
I'm doing. These are some of the berry ones next.
So we're remaking the ones we've done before.
Well, yeah, because I only drew simple full bodies, but now I'm doing like slightly more elaborate half bodies.
Ah, I see.
Funny story, after my last checkup, I came up with a new strategy of brushing the front and the two sides for 20 seconds each, the top for 20 seconds, as well as the bottom and top row for 20 seconds, teeth behind for 20 seconds each. Takes about 3 minutes total, but I think it's working. Well, you're supposed to brush for like 2 minutes, so you're just going the extra mile.
It's truly, I think flossing's more important than brushing, so like, I don't brush my teeth for the full 2 minutes. I make sure to get my whole mouth, but I also make sure I floss afterwards with the little floss picks. And since I've been flossing regularly, the dentist has stopped asking me if I floss, when clearly the answer was no. And I'm proud of myself for keeping that habit.
I have to go in 2 weeks, and I've been scrubbing the living shit out of my teeth because I was worried about the tartar buildup, and now my mouth hurts.
I'm just British, so I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, your teeth are made out of wood anyway.
Wait a minute, I'm not George Washington.
No, but you're British.
Shit, you're right.
I don't know how to explain it, but the way Heaton draws lips is very pretty. Thank you. Unironically, for real, I've actually been taking some notes from Dio's artwork, because I like the way that he draws mouths. I've been trying to diversify my character design by making them more prominent on certain characters.
How else are we gonna make out with them furiously if they ain't got a purty mouth?
It's true.
You're true.
Lips.
Hello.
I have trouble brushing my teeth. I have a strong gag reflex. How far back are you? How far back in your mouth are your teeth?
Are you a Lovecraftian teeth creature?
If your gag reflex is strong enough that just the front of your mouth, how do you eat?
I have everything injected into me via IV drip.
Oh, thank God I'm not the only one.
Heat and stream, perfect distraction. You're welcome. That's what I'm here for. Who is this Ruby? Ruby Rose looking?
Oh no.
So this is Cherise Lussar. So I did, like I said, I did this, I started this challenge a while ago, where I was going to draw every single KitKat flavor as a Dungeons & Dragons character. And I started a while back, and I was just doing, like, basic, like, character design full bodies, and then I decided that I didn't want to do that. So I, started doing, like, a little more detailed half bodies instead, like I did with the regular dice characters, which is partly why I decided to do it. Because I just liked the way that the dice characters came out. So she is the simple the basic cherry flavor.
Basic batch.
And on her race class combo, I got a Dompier monk. And listen, I'm a big enough AFAB to admit that I stole this character concept from Brooke.
Anyways, Brooke, how do you feel about Eaton stealing from you?
I'm glad that fucking Heaton thinks my ideas are good enough to steal.
Okay, so note to self, Brooke's okay with thievery.
Not, don't you fucking dare.
Brooke had the idea of a ballerina monk, and I was like, I like that a lot. I'm yoink.
Yeah, you might want to consider switching out the subclass then when the 2024 stuff eventually gets fucking published. Because they are putting in a dancer bard.
See, I don't think so. I think I'm gonna stick with Long Death, because I think it makes sense with her being undead, for one. And also because I cannot resist the thought of her just kicking motherfuckers in the face. Who's Brooke? This one?
Hi!
She's the funny blue one. She doesn't light up because she's sitting right next to me.
Would you like hellacious echoing? Because that's what would happen.
No!
Oh, so I was given by my friends who care about me dearly, a little home remedy mouthwash to help with my teeth. It's mostly warm water, a little bit of vinegar, and a little bit of salt.
Ew, disgusting. Hate that.
You know, it didn't taste as bad as I thought it would.
It was worse.
No, it wasn't too bad, actually. The way I described it is it tastes a little like the way hard-boiled eggs smell. And I love hard-boiled eggs, so...
Ian out here really coming in with those, takes.
Brooke is blue? Yeah?
Blue?
What color did you...
Are we dealing with the situation where they got that weird color blindness and they see Brooke as pink or some shit? Are we in a Susie Doodle Tone situation?
Are you? Yeah, she's very light blue, but she's blue.
I'm on the blue spectrum. I'm just not a very deep or very saturated blue.
Yeah, they were diagnosed with blue at birth.
A terrible, terrible case of blue. I see her as white.
I mean, we know,
Oh, she's just very pale blue, but she's blue.
I mean, we know Daedalus is a little colorblind.
I didn't get the chance because we were talking about horror stuff, but if fucking Am ever comes in here to hang out, I have to make fun of him relentlessly for his fucking... There was nothing funnier than that fucking Twitter thread of him being like, why is there so few shades of purple? And I'm like, okay, fair. And then he shows the color wheel, and he circles, like right here, and he's like, all of this is red. And I was like, what? And people are like, how much is blue, Am? And he's like, oh, like right here. Then he's like, all of this is green. And I'm like, and I'm just sitting there watching him with his whole chest be aggressively colorblind. And then he just responds at the end of his thread after everyone was making fun of him with, I'm colorblind! So fucking funny.
Saw something recently that was like a fucking, I forgot which YouTuber it was, but blank YouTuber learns they're colorblind on stream.
It's so fucking funny.
Also, hi, Arby. It's been a bit.
I haven't started drop distance. I just wanted to give you psychic damage. I played Mario and Luigi Dream Team and had a wonderful time. I'm playing that series in such a fucky order because I know too much about every single game to go in blind. So the order I'm doing is Dream Team, Superstar Saga, Partners in Time, Paper Jam, and then Bowser's Inside Story because I've beaten Bowser's Inside Story like 3 times. And I told Justin, and he was like, fun. It was like the most fucking, I know what your deal is, but you have fun. I'm like, I was one of those kids who would just look up all the bosses and the ending of a game if I thought I was never gonna get it. And now I can get it, so, oops.
I just love, Arby, that you are so ADHD you can't even physically play a game series in the right order.
Yep.
Listen, I've said it before and I'll say it again. There is no more strong exemplar of ADHD than our dear Avi.
I just hit the fucking fattest ABBA combo on this Bridget!
There you go. You know, like that.
See what we mean? Example right there.
Point proven.
Science fact.
Oh yes, lavender, my favorite shade of yellow.
What?
Somebody said in chat.
That's awesome.
Just the visceral what?
Well, yeah, but we can never forget that gold's not a color.
Fuck off.
Oh yeah, dude, that's my favorite.
I don't think he actually believes that. I think he just wanted to mess with me.
You do not know how to express that after we left that call, Brooke and I literally yelled at him for like 15 minutes and we're like, you're insane. And then eventually he realized he was wrong. I cannot stress to you that the reason the joke is funny is because at the time he said it, he 1000% believed that.
He was the most confident motherfucker on the planet.
He was like, no, it's not. And he's like, it's a material. And I'm like, yeah, and that material is the color gold. And he's like, no, it's yellow. I'm like, it's a hue of yellow. That's like, and we kept telling him, we're like, that's like saying lavender isn't a color because it's a shade of purple. What are you doing?
Dude, I sat here playing Elfelt for like several months and being like, sweet, I don't have to play the game. I can just press a button and things will just happen on my screen. And then ABBA came out and I'm like, no, Z inputs blow me. But now I'm playing ABBA and I'm like, wait a minute, this is kind of awesome. I might be the dancing queen, guys. I don't know.
I love her. She seems really funny.
Have you seen her fucking, her like story mode shit where it's like Testament is like, I think your relationship with the Paracelsus is a little toxic. And she's like, oh yeah, true.
Oh shit, you right.
The funniest part is she's like, yeah, true. And then Testament's like, are you gonna do anything about it? And she's like, no.
No, she's like, that's the best part, is she's like, oh yeah. Testament says like, yeah, you know what? I think that your over-reliance on each other is very toxic and holding you both back. And then fucking, and then Abba just goes, you know what? You're right. Dear, we're breaking up. She's like, what?
Paracelsus turns blue.
And then he just
for
turns
her.
blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, then he turns blue. It's very cute. I love it. A blue so deep you can see into its depths. Also, her song has been growing on me a lot. She is just a quirky note in the symphony.
Daedalus, I want you to spell magenta one more time.
No.
Magenta?
Magneta?
Magneto?
My name is...
The guy who was right?
Magneto was right.
Dude, oh my, have you seen the fucking, the bit of Magneto getting beamed memories into his mind?
Yeah.
From fucking Xavier, where it's like, you cannot defeat me, Xavier, and then fucking Xavier just makes him relive his Holocaust PTSD. It's like, Jesus Christ, Charles!
Magenta. Magenta. Magnata.
Magneta.
It's like burrito isn't a sandwich or the whiskey isn't ketchup. I love the comment about whiskey being ketchup. That's really funny. I fucking love Thor.
So much fucking fun playing Apple.
Did you know that? Did you ever think about the fact that Minotaurs have 2 rib cages? I don't.
Why
God.
do you need 2?
Speaking of the Minotaur,
The human has.
hey, did you see that stupid shit I sent you?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
People only are making stupid, dumb, overcomplicated, useless tech with the new shotgun, and I love it so much.
One of my favorite things about the Ultra Kill community is motherfuckers being like, what is the most complicated way I can use this very simple tool?
Yo, what's the most complicated way to kill one guy? So the one I sent you was, it's step 1, use the knuckle blaster to launch a coin into the sky. Step 2, throw a coin. Step 3, use the new shotgun to shoot out the core, and then shoot the core with the shotgun. If you hit a core with the new shotgun, it becomes a hit scan weapon, or it becomes a hit scan projectile. So you turn the core into a beam that you then shoot at the coin, and then it goes to the other coin, and then it kills all the guys!
Motherfuckers really will just learn the most complicated tech instead of just beating the video game.
No. It's like, oh yeah, did you like get your P ranks on Brutal? I'm never playing this game outside of Gary's mod.
Listen!
You could actually blow my asshole inside out.
Listen, if some motherfuckers exclusively want to play Gary's mod for the fun tools, I think that the game is worth the money that you pay just for that, just to fuck around in Gary's mod.
I think it's insane that it is just Gary's mod.
This is why I fucking love video games.
I love Ultra Kill, man. Like, video games can be a cruel and horrifying mistress at times, but like, sometimes life can be worth living in the video games community.
I don't know why I thought you were gonna say video games can suck my dick, but
they can.
If centaurs are real, how well would they adapt to the gig economy? What?
Dude, also...
If this is a reference, I don't get it.
Pete, have I, Okay, so you know how people say Big Pharma?
Yeah, I'm familiar with Big Pharma.
So, do you ever, like, refer to Big Raga in that way?
Big Raga, the Obstava.
The King of Frauds was nowhere near winning. This is all just the Jujutsu Kaisen is all just a lie promoted by Big Raga to make you think Sukuna's the strongest.
I need so badly, like you wouldn't believe. I want to make a video. So I've been toying back and forth about whether or not, because you motherfuckers keep yelling at me about, like, I could listen to you read the fucking phone book. I could listen to you talk about nothing. Well, I'm about to test your goddamn patience, because I've been thinking recently, about doing, Plague of Gripes style, like, art gripes. And just talking about dumb bullshit that I couldn't string into a full video for something that'll be maybe 15-20 minutes long. And like, one of them is I need to take the word fraud away from the JJK community.
Except.
Please revoke it.
No. Okay, how about this? Can you take it away from the community, but I still get it, so I can call Sukuna, Fraud Kuna, the King of Frauds?
Well, because that's what I'm saying. Is like, I gave it to you motherfuckers got it originally to talk shit about Sukuna, and that was correct, and you were using it the right way. And now, you're saying that a 16-year-old boy who was lobotomized 3 times is a fraud for being like, nah, I'm done.
Yeah, no, Megumi Potential Man Fushiguro is everyone's, like, #1 enemy right now, and I think it's hysterical, because it shows you've never been to therapy.
I can't-
Hold the phone a second. How do you get lobotomized more than once? Surely the first time is enough, right?
Well, he was lobotomized the first time, and then they healed it, and then he was lobotomized again, and then they healed it again, and then he was lobotomized the 3rd time, and now I think Sukuna has permanent brain damage, but we're not worried about that right now.
I mean, after that last chapter, yeah, I would also have brain damage.
And the brain damage.
And the brain
damage.
UG stocks are at an all-time high, fuckers! You wanna talk shit about my boy? He's fucking doing it!
Hey guys, remember how Nanami was, like, the record holder with 4 black flashes? That's, like, pussy shit, actually. What if we did 8?
What if we did 8 in 1 chapter?
Oh no, it was 7 in 1 chapter. The 8th was the last panel in the chapter beforehand.
Oh, black flash, is that what that thing is called in anime, where there's that black frame and then a bunch of twinkles? And
That's an
then
impact
it
frame.
goes off. Ah.
Black flash is basically JJK equivalent of crits.
Ah.
But it's not crit like, oh, it does ×2 damage. It does to the power of 2 damage.
Ow.
It's pretty great and pretty cool, and I love that motherfuckers are like, well, Gojo, it's so fucking stupid that Gojo can't. No, it's not! Like, the way that he explains it makes perfect sense.
No, okay, that's the thing. But the way it was phrased in the official scans made it seem really confusing, because he said, I can't use Black Flash. It, like, in the, like, what is it? In all of the fan scans, it was like, oh yeah, why I can't use Black Flash at will.
Yeah.
Why I can't do blank blankety blank when I want to, despite having the 6 eyes. I just really, like, I listen, I'm not on the train of, like, John Weary needs to be fired, get a new translator, blah, 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 blah. I do think he makes it a lot harder to understand stuff in JJK.
See,
especially the bit where he said, oh, where like, the translation said, oh yeah, Gojo and Geto can use Curse Spirit Manipulation. Like, what? What do you mean they both can? It is just a mistranslation.
Heaton, why would that be a test? That's just the art streams I tune in to see. True. When I first encountered Heaton's channel, I was typing on a tablet, auto-corrected Heaton to the name Hitler. Good thing I saw it and fixed it. I've heard that's a recurring problem, is that my name keeps auto-correcting to Hitler, which sucks. Which is
Speaking of Hitler,
which is cringe.
So I saw my 5 cousins, well, 5 of my cousins, not my 5 cousins. I've got like 20 of those motherfuckers. But I saw my cousins this past week for Pesach, and I saw Mare, who is 13 now, and is starting to develop acne. And so far, the only thing he has is a couple, like 1 or 2 zits next to each other, right on the fucking, the spot between your nose and your mouth, so it looks like he has a fucking Hitler mustache.
Oh, poor kid.
That is unfortunate.
Doubly unfortunate when he's Jewish.
Triply unfortunate when his dad owns, like, 2 different fucking, kosher supermarkets.
Jesus, that's really funny.
Yee!
Poor kid. I wish him well.
He and I were talking about how there's literally no way that, like, you could put as many stipulations and rules as you want. Fucking Jake Paul's either leaving that fucking ring with Mike in a fucking, like, a surrender or a body bag.
It'll be great. Oh, he's gonna get the fucking shit beat out of him, and it's gonna be great.
I still love, like, oh, if it gets too bad, Logan can come in too. Takes 1 hit, is on the floor. Hey man, you need a tag? He doesn't respond.
No, the best part is, oh, Logan Paul's reaching for the ropes. Oh my god, it's Uwe Boll.
Oh no.
God, that'd be funny. That'd be so fucking funny.
Turn it into the WWE.
I'd love
I
that
saw
shit.
someone edit together a video of both their training montages at the moment, and it is fucking night and day.
It's almost like Mike Tyson's been a professional for many years and is terrifying, and people are scared to fight that man. It's almost like he bit a motherfucker's ear off.
Mm-hmm.
He just comes in with a bib with a bib with an ear on it.
I would. That's what I'd do.
I'm kind of hoping it's going to be the most anticlimactic thing ever, where it's like 1 punch from Mike and he's just gone. Integrated.
It'd be so funny.
It'd be so.
It'd be so funny. It'd
They
be
just
so
played a-
cool.
And then they just play the Friday clip. You got knocked the fuck out.
You get the fucking I did my part. I did my part. I did my part. I didn't do fucking shit. And it's just like everyone scheduling and making the fight happen and assigning all the rules, and then Jake.
Gojo had brain damage throughout his fight with Sukuna, and he was okay. He's just split. Well, the thing about, like, Gojo is a professional who's been at it for many years. Megumi's a fucking child! Who was put through incredible physical and emotional trauma, and then fucking was lobotomized thrice, and was like, nah, I think I'm done, actually.
I'd lose.
Nah, I'd lose. And you know what? Honestly, I can't blame him.
You know what I just think is really funny is that, honestly, if I was the strongest sorcerer, I wouldn't use a 16-year-old as a human shield. I would just be stronger than my opponent!
Meanwhile, Makima, hold my beer.
God.
Oh my god, yeah, fucking, like... Motherfucker makes Israeli propaganda look like clown college.
Don't worry, Raiden. The clown college isn't far from here.
Yeah, it's
I know.
standing right in
College
front of me.
is such a
Kill yourself. It's like
Or
what if
27 North Parker Lane.
I see you're becoming based, right?
You're becoming more based by the day.
And that's no longer her address.
Is this her house?
Fucking love that video. That video's so fucking funny. God damn, Maxwell's funny.
You guys are turning me into a giggly bitch.
It's true. Good. I'm glad. Glad about it.
What do you mean turning you into?
Bless you.
Fine.
Listen, some days I'm not, okay? Unfortunately for me, today is not one of those.
It's a very rare occurrence, only occurring on days that end in Y.
He was, in fact, also stabbed by the anti-curse knife directly in the brain. This is also true. So, lobotomized 4 times.
Oh god.
No, he was just stabbed by a regular knife in the brain. The reason the reason fucking Tochi lost that fight is because he doesn't use the inverted spear.
Do you ever think about how different Jujutsu Kaisen would have been if Toji would have just used the right knife?
You ever think about how fucking different Jujutsu Kaisen would have been if Gojo went to that village instead of Geto?
Fucking, like, 3 differences in the world we know it wouldn't exist.
Look, you gotta really understand one thing as a non-Jujutsu Kaisen fan, alright? Gojo is not half the man he is anymore, alright?
It's true. He isn't half the man we thought he was, and that's really quite sad.
Besides, we all know if someone is to be the full man, it is Andy from Undead Unluck, because he can be multiple men.
I don't.
Oh, fucking
No. I like to add, not a single one of the words any of you have been saying are in the Bible.
No.
None of them.
What are you talking about? Asses in the Bible?
It is in the Bible. He's so right.
Dude, did I send you that fucking TikTok that's like all the king's men going back to the king being like, "Sir, we couldn't do anything about Humpty. We couldn't fix Humpty Dumpty. Did you try the horses?" What? Oh! Sorry.
I still think one of the best ones I saw was, if he who is out sin cast the first stone. My God, it's Sinless Steve!
Here he comes, Sinless Steve!
Son of God with a chair, by God!
To be fair, Vince McMahon did fight God that one time.
The best man is Aoi Toto, factually true.
Yeah, that's why he's watching the fight currently and not risking his life in a fight he can't.
As well, he fucking shouldn't. In a fight, he'll get his fucking ass beaten, and he's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good out here, guys. Fuck.
I softened him up for you.
Lost my
It's okay. I'm fluffy.
Lost my hands.
Where the bones?
Missed the
She's
MHA like
feasting
last
now.
night, and when I checked this morning, it was like, oh, nothing of value was lost by skipping it. I should do that more often. Hey, welcome to why I stopped reading JJK, or why I stopped reading MHA. That was literally exactly why. I was like, oh, I realized that not only is nothing of value lost in missing it, but that I'm actually enjoying my Sundays.
Dude, how was that last chapter of My Hero? All I know it's called, like, From Aizawa.
I know that once they've killed the character that I like the most, I'm allowed to just completely check out.
Oh, he's gone?!
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like, if Aizawa dies, then I'm just done.
Dude, oh my god.
No, you know what? That's a lie. If Aizawa dies, I'm out. But if they kill Endeavor and don't let him, and give him a redemption via death, I'm back in purely to be mad.
Yeah.
Let motherfuckers
You're
learn.
rubying it up.
Yeah. Listen, let motherfuckers learn, controversial opine. I think that characters who are bad people, should get a chance to, like, be shown, repenting for their sins and actively becoming better people. I don't know about you, I think that's just more interesting storytelling than killing them every time. That's neither here nor there.
Give them a chance for redemption.
I mean, I would even take a heroic sacrifice if it came to that, but, like, still, I mean, you can just do better.
You can just prove that you actually watch Star Wars.
God.
What are you talking about? Star Wars always kills off characters.
Yeah, it kills off all my favorite characters. Like...
Oh, did we tell you the joke that gravity is a racist?
You don't have to.
Oh, this one.
You don't have to, but go for it. So
no character in Star Wars has ever died. The only 2 characters that we have confirmed died from a fall are Mace Windu and a black kid in the newest Star Wars Visions. So we're joking that gravity only kills black people and therefore is racist.
Oh hell yeah! Okay, so it's like the opposite of Brazilians being able to double jump. It's a debuff.
It is a debuff. Black people, listen.
Oh.
Black people have Black people have lightning powers
And can play Tekken.
and can play Tekken. They are debuffed by having 2 times the gravity effect.
If they have fall damage.
They're debuffed to fall damage.
Personally, I wouldn't enable fall damage, but that's just me.
Yeah, it's Brazilians can double jump and be good at Tekken.
I have an 8-way air dash.
No, Brazilians are good
Magneto.
at... No, I was gonna say, no, I was processing because I said that wrong. It's, Brazilians are good at KOF.
Yep.
Brazilians are good at KOF. Trans people are good at Guilty
Play
Gear.
KOF.
Trans people are good at Guilty Gear. That's what should have cracked Brooke's egg sooner.
She does. Yeah, she does strike throw me as the type.
That one took me a second, but that's really funny.
Thank you. Have I sent you the one that said that the fighting game terminology strike throw?
Yes.
Okay, good. God. Fucking... But yeah, no, Magneto has an 8-way air dash in Marvel, so, While you fucking idiots are sitting over there taking fall damage! I'm chilling! I'm thriving!
I can
But
also...
I can do my iconic Obby victory dance for just $5! I take Venmo!
I also can, double jump as well as an Italian.
With the right equipment, you can even triple jump.
Okay, I'll do it just as much for free.
I like the idea. I like the idea that for Italians, it's with the right equipment you can blank because of Mario and Luigi games.
Yeah, you're right. If I put the right pins on. Oh, okay.
If I put the
Okay, Google,
if I put,
set a timer for 2 minutes.
if you put the right pins on, you can absolutely positively be Sephiroth. This is
Okay, Google,
canon.
set a timer for 2 minutes. Oh, it's 2 timers. Oh, I'm done. Don't worry, I just didn't hear it the first time. I'm fucking stupid. Did you hear about the hate on Moses Ingram for the Obi-Wan Kenobi series? I did, and it's bullshit, because Moses Ingram was great!
Grabs your ass.
I fucking loved her. I loved that character. The fucking first thing I said about, like, 5 minutes into, like, the second episode was I grabbed Justin by the shoulders, and I'm like, I want to fight her so bad. I want to fight Reva so bad. And he's like, you can't. And I'm like, I'm gonna. And then I did. I beat the shit out of a 16-year-old girl in Star Wars game, and it was great. I thought Revo was sick as fuck. Motherfuckers are bullshit. Nobody wants to see, women of color win, and I think that's fucking bullshit. Because I think she rules.
Wait, why did I, like, deliberately put myself in famine mode?
It gets me every time,
Grabs your
because these fucking dickheads are like, they're like, oh, it's not a racism thing, it's I don't like bad rats. Shut the fuck up. You don't
I don't like bad writing?
Shut the
What do you mean I don't like bad writing? I'm not racist.
First of all, you're Star Wars fans. Second of all, I'm just kidding. But, like, I can't stand this shit. It's so fucking, like, why is it that you, as a cis straight white man, have all of this knowledge on the nuance of how to write these queer characters that queer people absolutely fucking adore? What the fuck is the matter with you?
I don't know, man. It's just my fucking gift sometimes. You know who you really need to ask that to? Daisuke.
Okay, Google, stop timers. Follow show. It's good. Great funny. Character sets are funny. I love the... Okay, Google, stop timer. I love the Fallout show a lot. I like the joke that's going around of the, like, you can't call the ghoul a hear me out. That is a conventionally attractive zombie.
Living impaired, although technically, since it's more nuclear fallout based than regular traditional magical based, but he is still technically moving, and it's and like ghouls in the Fallout universe. Do they technically count as zombies? But they're still functional.
I think truly, like, for all of the jokes, I think the best description of them is your phrase living impaired. Yeah, he's hot! I don't know what to tell you! He's a good actor! He plays cowboys a lot, and he's hot!
It's a conventionally attractive horse.
You cannot call Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron a hear me out. That is a conventionally attractive horse. I love that she can't even get through it.
Hot horse, hot horse, hot horse, hot
Tiem,
horse.
I have such good news for you. I'm going to Interaction Farm on TikTok.
Cool. Good.
Bender!
Congratulations?
This fucking... I know what skin this Zato is using now. Yup, there it is! But yeah, no, I wanted to make a... I got, really bored one day. Because, so on Saturdays, you know how us Jews like to go to our synagogues.
Mm-hmm. As is your wanton way.
Yeah, so my version of going to synagogue is telling my parents, alright, I'm going to Rabbi Hajjaj's shul, you will not follow me because you have better things to do, like go to the actual synagogue and not the one that's like 6 dudes and 1 French man.
I like that he doesn't count as a dude, that's cool.
He doesn't. But yeah, instead I go to South Point and I just sit on the bench and I am happy with my life. And yeah, I was sitting at South Point on the bench, and I was thinking, like, I have an Interaction Farm right now. I really could. So I recorded a video for TikTok, I might just post it later, about why the proof that Sadosugu is canon is that Yuki did not get Geito's answer.
What kind of women do you... Men!
Because Haibara gave her an answer!
He did.
And I think it was cute.
Haibara's cute.
I like girls who eat a lot. That's cute. But yeah, no, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna do, my video talking about why there's no possible way that Sukuna could have possibly won that fight, without, Megumi taking hits and Big Raga. And I'm gonna start it with... I'm gonna start the video with, this is an Interaction Farm. If you fall for it, it's your own fault.
Mr. Bahalis, I need your expertise in grafting 10 human arms and a dragon head on a human body. Is it a bad idea? Or is a bad idea, right?
No.
Well,
Nope.
It depends. Whose body? Is it
Certainly
yours?
not mine.
If it's yours, yes. If it's a dragonborn, then it becomes less of a bad idea. If it's literally a human being... I would leave out the dragon head. Human brains aren't really compatible with dragonoid parts. The arms, though!
Dude. I think you would fucking love Elden Ring just because of, like, the bosses you fight and how fucking weird they are.
They are weird, and I like them a lot.
Like, you would love Godric. The fucking dude who's, like, when he gets to half health, he, puts a dragon on his arm. Which is amazing.
I love that for him.
Yeah. Also, you would actually piss your pants if you watched some shit about, like, Godfrey. Godfrey would be your favorite character.
How to fucking...
He'd be your favorite character, and he would, like, you'd probably be like, alright guys, listen. I know he's not a hear me out because he's a conventionally attractive first Elden Lord. But he is a grappler.
One of my all-time favorite bits is, fucking... Oh god, I was gonna say something and it's gone! I lost it mid-sentence! Fuck!
Was it about Dragonhead?
No, it was... Oh, fuck. say it again if I remember. If I forgot it wasn't that funny.
God. Yeah, no, Keaton, you know how, like, when, characters have, like, guardian animal or whatever, it's to make them stronger?
Yeah.
So Godfrey was the first king, or the first Elden Lord, and his vassal animal, Sirach, was a limiter so that he could be king. He could stop wanting to fucking kill people as Horalu. So he put a lion on his back who'd be like, bro, remember you're the king, bro. And so when you get Godfrey to half health, Sirach just comes out and Godfrey just kills him. And then he's like, yeah, nope, I don't want to be king anymore. It's Horrormania time. And then he will literally pile drive you.
Oh.
He will grab you, throw you in the air, grab you in midair, and then suplex you.
So good. I fucking love video games.
Again, you gotta fucking play Elden Ring sometime. We'll do co-op, and it'll be easy. I really want the Zato to stop attacking.
Godfrey, my beloved. I think Keaton would like Lost Ember. I've never heard of Lost Ember.
I think Keaton would.
Oh, dude, Crab Game's out. Or it's out tomorrow. One of the two.
Okay. No, that's the answer sense. I think Keaton would.
I would. Out of curiosity. I had, there was nothing funnier than the other day we were talking, do not ask me how we got here, but, I brought up, I was talking to Lio, and I was like, have I told you my thing about cannibalism? And he just pauses and goes, what? And I'm like, I've said before, multiple times on multitudinous occasions, that I've no desire to seek out the ability to, like, I don't have any desire to, like, go out and find a way in which to do cannibalism. If I was presented with the option, I'd fucking try.
Oh god.
I honestly think you would really love, I don't know, did I tell you about the class I took last semester?
This is a rollicking start to this sentence. I just need you to know that. Yes.
Yeah, no, trust me, it's related. It's, it was, I took a class recently that was, Anthropology of Religion, Magic, and Witchcraft. And we talked about cannibalism.
Mm-hmm.
And how different cultures view cannibalism.
Yeah.
It was really cool!
Listen, I'm not... And he's like, why would you do that? And I'm like, well, think about it like this. And I said, it's not... There's no, like, morbid reason for it. Like, I would do it for the same reason that if I was ever presented the opportunity to have, like, to eat bald eagle, or, like owl, I would also take it. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with, like, I seek to devour human flesh because of my ritual it's literally just, I'm curious. I want to know. What does it taste like? So if I'm in an accident and something happens, I'm gonna eat my own foot. I want to know.
I can tell you what the first layer of skin tastes like.
I don't want to know. I'm sorry. My body decided, you're done with this conversation.
Okay,
I apologize.
I'll stop. No, it's okay, I'll stop.
I just bite my fucking fingers a lot. You were there, you saw.
Yeah.
I would.
You was there.
Are you excited for Deadpool and Wolverine? I am excited for Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm so excited for Deadpool and Wolverine, dog.
No.
It's gonna be so funny.
I don't want to put on the, what's his name? Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman, went my entire Wolverine career and even ended in the hit movie Logan without putting on the stupid yellow outfit. Put it on. I'm Ryan Reynolds, put it on.
I don't care what gender you are, put on the yellow Wolverine outfit.
I don't care. You should just do it.
I love the idea that literally the main reason he puts it on is just Ryan Reynolds asked. Like, Everybody else, no.
But Ryan
That-
Reynolds.
But Ryan Reynolds comes in wearing his funny Deadpool mask. He's like, what do you do for me?
It's like, yeah, Ryan, I do it for you.
Let me do it for you.
And I do it for you.
I wish I knew the name of the breed of cat that I used as a reference for him originally.
Orange.
There's a specific breed of cat that has these weird,
fuck.
like, pointy, triangular, like, almost fox kind of faces, and I can't for the life of me remember the kind, but it was because I noticed they all had my Tabaxi were all having, like, similar facial features. And I was like, I want to look for cats with, like, weird shapes, so that way I can, you know, not draw the same thing every time. And then I found these guys who have these weird, like, almost flat, kind of long, foxy faces, and I was like, I like you, you're cool, you're the right colors for this challenge.
So, Keaton, did you hear about that new fighting game about that Tagashi property?
What?
Yeah, Hunter x Hunter.
Oh. I think I'll
Why
read
don't
it.
you watch Hunter x Hunter?
Thank you for the follow. Also, because I'll wait until it's... You know what?
If you say I'll wait till it's done, that's not fair!
No, let me finish the thought. I'll wait till it's done or until he dies.
Dude, come on, man, that's not fair!
I'm not starting something that's ongoing and to be unsatisfied when he dies. I'm not doing it.
Do you want me to be a million with you? If you watch the anime, it doesn't continue after, like, a certain point. And it's like, it's kind of where it was supposed to end. And then Tagashi was just like, I guess I'll write more. So, like, if you watch the anime, you will get a very satisfying conclusion. There's no, like, big, huge, ultimate final battle, which I think is awesome. I think it's really cool that we got to circumvent all of that with, like, really interesting storytelling. But, like, the fact that, like, we get the ending in the anime that we do, and the manga being ongoing is, like, it's just kind of wrapping up individual character arcs from what I know. Like, I'm sure you don't really give a shit about where Hisoka's gonna go and how many children he's gonna prey on. But, like, yeah, if you watch the anime, not only will you get a really cool power system and some really good animation and some really awesome characters and blah-de-blah-de-blah, but you actually do get a very satisfying conclusion, even if you don't continue with the manga. So that's...
I thought you were going to say, but you'll actually make me proud.
I mean, I'd be very happy if you watched Hunter x Hunter, because then we would figure out what your Nen ability is. Because I swear to God, if you actually, like, watched it and you, like, learned more about Nen, you would get so obsessed with it.
Probably.
You would. Because it's the precursor to Cursed Energy.
I'm looking at this cat, dude, and that is a face that says, ah, yes, your daughter calls me daddy, too.
Yeah, a little bit.
So
Your daughter calls me father because I birthed her.
What the fuck?
What?
I have to preemptively stop taking a drink.
That... Dude, shit like that is the best compliment you could ever give me, by the way. Is like, I need to stop drinking or eating food when you open your mouth.
I'm so happy. We'll have a commentary soon.
Yeah! By the end of the month!
Despite despite the world's best fucking efforts.
They'll never defeat us! I mean, they'll try.
YouTube tried.
YouTube really tried.
Fluffy! Thank you for the raid! Welcome, raiders! Hello, hello! I'm Heat Mitsuru. I'm your friendly neighborhood Eldritch Abomination VTuber. I'm a variety streamer. I draw, I play video games. Occasionally, I run D&D. And today, we're working on a project for some videos that I was going to make for my main channel, but I needed some motivation to work on it, so I'm working on it on stream. We're turning KitKat. We're turning every single KitKat flavor into Dungeons & Dragons characters, and I'm going over my first passes at this. In the berry category. So this was Martio, I think it's Kane? I think it's Khan is how you say it. These fucking daily luxury ones have the longest, like, titles known to man. Daily luxury matcha double berry and almond.
Oh god, by the way,
I wanna try this,
here's a
though.
funny...
It's tasty.
I actually made a friends with a bunch of streamers recently, and the first domino was exactly what you thought it is.
Yeah?
Yeah. Saw a, I was just scrolling through TikToks, saw a VTuber clip, and I was like, oh, well, you know, VTuber clip, Lamau. And then I, like, looked at the model, and I was like, wait a minute, is that a fucking pronounced nose? And then I just put in the comments, like, the first ever to exist with a...
What the fuck?
with-
I'm right here.
Femme presenting.
Oh, okay. Well,
Blow
that
yourself.
explains why I can't.
Yeah, and then we just started talking more, and I was like, "What's your deal? I like your design. What's the lore?" And now I'm in a little small streaming group, and I'm just gonna fucking do. I'm gonna do a fucking I know I'm streaming tomorrow because I just got back from Pesach, so like I owe this to me. And I'm gonna either do it's gonna be a self-harm stream where I do either Ultra Kill or Asura's Wrath.
Mm-hmm.
And S rank or P ranks.
I see.
Yeah, that's why it's that is why it's the self-harm. It's SELPH. Cause hey, if you don't know about fucking Capcom's biggest fucking war crime.
I remember this.
Cause like Asura's Wrath is the most me game to ever exist in human history. Beat the game like 4 times and get S ranks on every single mission on every difficulty, idiot. Why? Fuck you!
I thought the biggest crime was it had made you pay for the true ending.
Oh yeah, the on-disc DLC. Yeah, thankfully I got it on One Piece, so I don't have to deal with buying things. I got a review copy in 2024.
Which we can. Hang on.
Don't do that. There are a lot of better Twitches you can fucking advertise.
No, I care about you.
No. Okay, no, excuse me. There are a lot more active Twitch accounts you can fucking...
That's fair.
Yeah, I stream once every 20 years.
Yeah, speaking of, I'm gonna be heading now, but I will catch you later, Heathen. But one quick question before technically 2 quick questions before I go. 1, are you excited for Haunted Herald? And 2, did you check out the stuff I put in the group chat about that?
Yes and yes.
So just so we're on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I shall catch you later then.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
It's always
Yeah,
it's always funny to me when people are like, "Okay, I'm doing a horror." Well, let me specify. When my friends, who I love, are doing horror things, and they're like, "Oh, you know, everyone's horror boundaries," and they turn and look at me, and I have to look them in the eyes and be like, "I'm not gonna tell you I don't have them, because I do. None of you are gonna get even remotely close." And they're like, "Yeah, that's fair."
Okay, so here we go. Asking everyone in chat. We recently had a conversation with Susie about how Susie is elf coded.
Which is true. She is.
It's true. It's very true. And she's like, I don't get it. I don't really understand. And I explained it to her, like, you are very worldly. You act like you have hundreds and hundreds of years of knowledge of things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just how you come off a lot of the time, and it's very cute and endearing. you're very elf coded. And I was thinking, like, what are our fantasy races? Not like the one we would want to be, but the one we would be stuck as.
I'm half orc coded.
I'm do I even have to fucking say it? Do I even have to say it? Or should I just not say it and let everyone else figure it out?
I mean...
Guys. I'm goblin coded. Can you guess why?
It's not because you're Jewish!
Yes, it is!
That's
That's
not-
why goblins are real!
That's not why you're a goblin coded. You're goblin coded because you have ADHD.
That's true, and I have autism.
It's not the Judaism that makes you a goblin. That's anti-Semitic. My joke is that it's because you're a fucking... It's because you yoink things and put shiny rocks in your house.
First of all, I do not put shiny rocks in my house. I only collect disposable vapes.
Why?
Because I use them.
That's true.
Yeah, like, I fucking, like, every 2 weeks or so, I'll go with, I'll order a disposable dime cart, but I don't like disposing of them, because I'm like, oh, I can get, like, 1 or 2 more hits out of this. So I have, like, a row of 15 of them on my, on my shelf that are all, like, oh, they're color coordinated and, like, fucking, and strain coordinated.
If it wouldn't kill you, it'd be funny for you to just go down the line.
It wouldn't kill me.
Then it'd be
I mean,
funny.
I'd cough. Alright. Well, the problem is that there's 3 blueberry lemon haze, 1 cantaloupe dream. Is this 2 of the same?
I didn't
No,
mean right now!
1 banana punch, 1 mango diesel, 2 strawberry cups.
Thought you were gonna say mango these nuts.
I know I've got more. Oh no, excuse me. I have 5 blueberry haze. Can you tell what my favorite flavor is?
I do also like blue.
Yeah, blueberry lemon is insane.
For those of you who are now just tuning in for the first time ever, Avi likes weed.
Sorry, it is I can straight up just say it's my dad's fault.
I learned it from watching you, Dad!
It's not even I learned it from watching you. He was like, hey, you want to give it a shot? My dad took me to the border to get weed once. It was amazing. And then was like, don't come back without me. And then I went back without him, like, immediately.
I don't know why I thought the end of that sentence was going to be, don't come back.
Oh, wow. These are a little bit more full than I thought they were. I could straight up just go down the row. That'd be funny.
See, you've been down lately on Twitter, and I'm wondering, are you doing okay? You have friends by your side who will help me included. I'm doing better than I was. Again, I don't want to talk about it too much for a number of reasons. The main one being that, like, I don't know. I think the most... Here's what I'll say. I'm doing better, I'm safe, which is the most important thing. I am still stressed about it, about everything that's going on, especially when and I'm not naming names for a number of reasons, the main one being that, like, I have a platform and it's not right of me to use a platform that I don't want to be about this for this purpose, so I'm just not gonna. But I'm gonna be honest, because it's been bothering the ever-loving shit out of me, it is a little irritating for, like, especially when I come forward, like, when I come to everybody and I'm like, yeah, here's the parts of it that I totally acknowledge that I fucked up on, I'm doing better, I'm learning, here's why I made those mistakes, And then here are the things that people are exaggerating or out and out lying about and saying that I did shit that I didn't do or said shit I didn't say and or taking things I did say completely out of context purely because they have a pre-existing notion of me, and I respond with, hey, that's not true, here's proof that's not true, XYZ, etc., etc., and then there's motherfuckers who are just being like, well, actually, I think that you meant this because XYZ. And I'm like, God, then why did you want me to say anything? You know what I mean? Like...
No, yeah, that's it. Some people just want you to tell them that they're right and not defend yourself in any way, shape, or form. And, placating to that shit is stupid.
So ultimately, I don't intend to talk about it any more than I already have. Purely because, like, short of being made aware of new information, I've said my piece on it. I've said what needs to be said. I've remedied the problems according to the way that the people that I hurt asked me to remedy the problems. I'm not gonna break my back for people who just want to be mad at me.
Yep. Good. Don't. Because there are some people out there who don't want answers. They don't want fucking anything. They just want you to tell them they're right and for you to grovel at their feet.
Right.
Some people are just fucking like that.
It's true. So I'm doing... Ultimately, the thing that stressed me out the most was that I was told... I was being told that, like, because I wasn't talking about it, that I was covering something up or that I was doing whatever, when in reality, like, I've had a lot of problems with impulse, and a lot of you know that. You've been here long enough to see that happen a couple of times. Like, I have a problem with being impulsive, with saying things too soon when I don't have all the information, which is how I made my mistake in the first place. And I didn't want to do it again, so I was like, let me make sure I have everything. Let me double check everything I've got. Let me make sure that I'm not crazy, that I didn't forget something, that I'm not misremembering. So it took me some time just to have everything in front of me. To do what needed doing, to say what needed saying. And that really hurt. But I don't want to talk about that anymore, that's lame. The point is, I'm fine.
Gaming. I've got a scoot because I have SCU.
Go do your school.
But I finally changed my computer background because as amazing as the best image ever is, it's mostly white and all of my text for my files on my desktop are white and therefore I cannot read anything.
That's really funny, unfortunately.
Yeah, so I changed it to the eye catch from chapter 10 of Asura's Wrath, which is the fucking eye catch of Asura after being punched by August for trying to grope a lady. Him, like, fucking face up in the hot spring while August is posted up with his fat ass in the middle of the frame.
Oh yeah, you showed me that. That's really fucking funny.
So fucking funny. Heaton.
Mm-hmm.
Asura's Wrath would be your fucking jam. Purely because you press 2 buttons, and then you just do QuickTime events the rest of the game.
Man, I love visual novels.
It is a visual... Well, okay. It's only a visual novel if you have subtitles on.
True, you're right. I think something like they completely agree with everything they think, and the moment they do something that breaks the fantasy, they go nuts. Also true.
Wow! Relatable content! Anyway! I'm gonna fucking scoot before I say something I regret. How about that?
Yeah, probably should. Because like I said,
Yeah.
I don't wanna get into it too much.
All you guys need to know is that Twitter will probably bring out the worst in you sometimes.
Yeah, it's why I've become less and less active on it since.
Why I'm very happy I got banned. For calling someone a fed.
Like, this is a federal agent. This is bait.
And then I got killed by a federal agent.
I can't believe that they were, in fact, a federal agent.
I can!
Can we talk about why Shiro Dungeon Meshi's a dickhead? We absolutely can. Fucking... Listen, I was like, I don't get it. Like, he seems pretty lame, but, like, I don't get why Daedalus seems to really hate him. And then this episode happened, and now I do. Good God. What a bitch. He's so fucking... Listen, we make jokes, right? About, oh, Laios is autistic. And then they actually were like, you keep saying things. You babble on and on constantly. You make me uncomfortable. And the worst part is that there's no malice in it. It makes me hate the shit out of you. Well, why didn't you just tell me that it bothered you? I did, in a way a normal person would notice. And I'm like, oh, you're ableist. You're bullying this poor autistic man who could not figure out your fucking social cues. You're an asshole and I hate you.
Okay, what anime?
Dungeon Meshi. Delicious in Dungeon.
Okay. Is that the one with the lesbians?
Yes.
Okay. Who's the asshole?
Shiro, the samurai.
Okay. I have not watched. Everything I've watched thus far has been one of two things. What people have posted on Twitter. Actually, that's one thing.
I've described him as an autistic person's worst nightmare. Factually true! Like, I've known people like Shiro. I've had terrible friends like Shiro who are like, I can't believe that you would do this and act this way around me. And I'm like, dog, I didn't know that this bothered you. And they're like, well, I was trying to I made it so obvious. And I'm like, not obvious enough, Eva goddamn Dantley! Like, dog, you cannot get mad at me for not expressing that something bothered you. My sister in Christ, I cannot read social cues. You have to, like... Fucking childhood friends that were like that.
I've worried that sarcasm is actually way easier to tell, but you know, but you know, I just am that I'm just bad at it, or if people are just saying they're being sarcastic when confront, like, it should be easy if people are. It looks like someone is fucking getting clowned on and ratioed for a take that people unironically have. Oh no, that guy is clearly just joking. It's so painfully sarcastic.
And you just sit there like, is it? I couldn't tell.
Well, yeah, yeah, of course. Like, I couldn't tell, but am I the problem?
I worry about that all the time.
Am I the problem because I couldn't tell, or is the tweet the problem, or the person who's trying to say they're sarcastic? It's even harder in text. It's always going to be harder in text, but am I the problem? Or am I the one that doesn't understand sarcasm, that couldn't tell or whatever? Or is it legitimately a case of...
No, it's the children who are wrong. It's like, it depends on the moment, right? Because, like, that happens to me all the time. One of my, like... I've talked about this before. One of my, like, greatest seeds of paranoia after all of the shit I've been through is that my friends are dropping social cues that they don't like me, and I'm not picking up on them. Because I'm so used to being told, like, after the fact that it was painfully obvious that they didn't like me, or they didn't like what I was doing, or that I was hurting them in some way, but I had no clue.
That's another fear as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do people like me, or do people actually like me, or do people just tolerate me? You know?
Yeah. I like you, TP.
Well, how do I know that? You need to. It is sometimes the fear is there. Sometimes it doesn't. Like, and I'm not saying it's the case with you.
Mm-hmm. Just in
But I'm
general,
saying-
yeah.
Yeah, like sometimes I have the fear that people are just saying they like me, and because reasons. And I'm not saying that they're lying or anything, because they could be true, but like it doesn't always
Yeah.
feel that way.
No, I get that 100%. My shit is always like, the way that I've phrased it to friends when those fears crop up for me is I don't think that you're lying. Because like, it's tough to be like, I don't think you're lying to me. I think you do care. I think you don't mean it. Like, it's a case of like, I think you do like me, and like, you like the good times being around me, but the hard times are harder than you're admitting that they are. And that you're more frustrated than you're telling me. That's what I think. And that's a big one. I have a lot of actual unironic PTSD that I've had to work through from years and years of both friends and family saying one thing to my face and then when confronted tell me something else, you know?
Just as an aside, and I'm not asking this because of because I want to. I'm asking out of legitimacy. Have I did that?
No.
Okay.
A lot of... I'm not gonna get too into it, because I'm not gonna be parasocial. You can't make me! But,
Parry this social.
Parry this social. But, like, I've had instances from people who I cared about a lot, both friends and family, where when pressured, they've said some really deeply awful things to me, and then treated me like the bad guy for being upset about that. So I've learned to process things strangely, emphasis on not well. And that's part of why I've become very impulsive when it comes to certain, like, particular triggers for me. My instinct is, if I let that fester, then they'll use it as an excuse to be mad at me later. I have to say it now. I have to say it in the moment. If I don't tell them about it right now, or if I'm quiet about it now, and then I say later that I had a problem with it, then I'll be told I'm complicit, or I'll be told that I didn't do something I should have, or something bad will happen if I'm not honest about how I feel right in these moments. And sometimes that's true. I've had moments with people, again, that I loved and cared about, who have said and done things that I disagreed with, and in the moment I told them, like, hey, I don't like this, we shouldn't be doing this. And in those moments, that's the time to do it, but sometimes, especially when it's people I don't know well, I really shouldn't jump to things. I should, I need to know when to, I need to get used to keeping my fucking mouth shut. Because I've well and truly said and done things that have hurt people. And so I've been trying in the last few years to be better about that. Because it's not about me. I can center the way that I feel about things that relate to me, but when they relate to other people, especially people I don't know or am not close to, I shouldn't center how I feel about something so quickly. It's just not right. What would your art look like if you used the symmetry tool when drawing and nothing else? I have! There's some... I've been trying to... Every so often I get into a thing, right? This is a completely different, weird, emotional spiel. But every so often I get into this rut idea of like, oh, I lean on this too much, and so I stop using it. And I've had to learn over time to stop doing that. Because, like, a tool's a tool. It doesn't matter. But there's some things that I've learned I have to, as much as it'd be nice to just be able to use the symmetry tool for everything, I can't. But there's a couple of pieces that, that I've done for, like, thumbnails and stuff where I've just done nothing but the symmetry tool. I'll never tell you which ones. You'll have to you'll have to search. The main thing...
You've hidden them in the One Piece.
The main thing I lean on it for is thumbnails. And it's because, like, a centered face is usually, a centered face or a centered object is usually, like, has a better click-through rate. That's what I've heard. That and character interplay. Booba. Dwarf with a big booba. I have to make my dwarves round. I can't believe I almost forgot that she had freckles. Fucking boomy, chat. Boomy, so that I never forget. I can't believe this.
Boobies. I don't know.
Boobies.
Is this the stream where we get to talk about the intrusive?
Yes, go ahead.
Is this the stream where we finally get to talk about the intrusive thoughts?
I can if you want.
I don't know. It's mostly just because I don't know. Is that what you want? Is that what you want to do?
I can talk about my intrusive thoughts a little bit, especially because some of them lately have been very funny. So, like, first of all, when I say intrusive thoughts, I mean them, like, in the traditional, like, the medically diagnosed way. Some of them I'm not going to share with you because they are, they're not bad, like, in the grand scheme of it, but, like, they're a little gross, so I'm not going to share them. For example, is a mild one. Every so often when I'm sewing something, I think about, like, I could just stick this pin in my hand. I could do it. It'd go all the way through. I bet that'd look really cool. And I'm like, first of all, it wouldn't. Second of all, it'd hurt. Don't do that, dumbass. But, like, I have a lot of them surrounding the cat. And the current most prevalent one is that when she's drinking, because she has a little automatic water bowl that, like, circulates her water so it doesn't get stagnant. If I'm standing behind her, I think about, like, just bloop. And Brooke's like, don't drown our cat. And I'm like, I don't want to hold her under. That's not the impulse. The impulse is, like, as she's so gently drinking, it's to just go up behind her and give her a little push. Just get her face wet. Because I know she'd hate it, and it'd scare her, so I'm not gonna, because that'd hurt her. But at the same time, when Brooke and Justin are gone and I'm taking a bath, I leave the door open so that way the cat can get to me if she needs to. And she'll sit in the bathroom and she'll sit next to me and scream. And every so often as she's just screaming at me, I'm like, I could just do it. I could just... Yoink! Could just grab her, pull her in the water, get her wet. But she'd hate that. A, she'd hate it, and B, I am far too vulnerable. I refuse to be covered in bloody scratches for the sake of a meme. I did, air quotes, lock her in the bathtub once. That was really funny. She jumped in, so, for a quick point of reference, just to, like, so, the way my bathroom works is there's the toilet right here. Bathtub is right here, right? So, the cat does as she desires. And while I'm on the toilet, she'll be, like, you know, meandering about. So she jumps up on the side of the toilet, or on the side of the bathtub, and I give her a little boop, and she jumps into the bathtub. So the cat's just in the bathtub, and I was like, I wonder what would happen if I grabbed the curtain and I closed the shower curtain? And there was a little, I could hear her like pacing. And then she starts crying. And I looked and I'm like, are you for real? And she's just crying. And I open the shower curtain a little to look at her, and she looks up at me with the biggest, saddest eyes and is like, I'm trapped. And I'm like, it's a piece of fabric! You could get out! What are you talking about? It's a piece of fabric that is stopping you! And she just looked at me, so sad, until I pulled the curtain away, and then she jumped up and was like, I've been released.
Thank you for releasing me,
Stepmom there. I also frequently, because Gigi's very small, I don't know if there's a lot of pictures that give you, like, the impression of how tiny Gigi is. She's a little baby girl. She's only, like, 8 pounds, right? So, frequently, when we receive packages, she is smaller than the box, and she likes to jump in the box. So she, like most cats, enjoys box time. In fact, there's one particular Amazon box that's right next to her food that she's claimed as her fort. And she likes to sit in there and be annoying and cry while she waits for her food, as though she's being starved to death when, like, she isn't fed 3 times a day on the nose by the droid that she's sitting next to. But... So every time we get a box that's bigger than her, I'll look at her, and then I'll look at the box, and then I'll look at her and look at the box, and then I'll just pick her up and put her in the box. I've also placed her in the laundry hamper once or twice, which she actually enjoyed. She really liked being in the laundry hamper. She jumped in there and, like, laid down and slow blinked and started purring, and I'm like, oh, okay. Well... this is where we're at now. And then I wanted to see if she'd fit in a backpack. I didn't zip it up, I just opened the backpack and put her in it to see if she'd fit, and she did. She jumped out immediately, she hated that. Then there was one time at Christmas that she was playing around with a box, and so I just turned it upside down to see if she could get out of it, and the answer is that she couldn't, and then the moment she made a noise and was upset, I let her out. I was like, you're smart enough to get out of this, and then she started crying, and I'm like, I guess not. Oh, also, fun fact, I don't know if you know this. I'm gonna teach you a fun little fact about cats. I think this is true of dogs too, but I'm not totally sure. I've only ever seen this particular trick done on cats. But there's a way for you to tell if your cat is smart. What you do is you pick your cat up, and you gotta, like, dangle them so that way their feet are dangling, right? And you push them up against a wall. Like, not hard, you just, like, bring them close to the wall. They are considered smart if they have the spatial awareness to reach out and put their paws in front of them to stop themselves, and they're considered spatially unaware if they just let you push them up against the wall. Oh, chicken update! Henryuta's doing great!
I don't think I've heard anything about the chicken in a while.
We'll have had her for a year next month? Yeah, next month. It'll have been a whole year. And we were just talking about that this morning. We're like, man, she really did kind of enter our life in the most literary way possible, huh? But she's doing great. She's happy, she's healthy, she really likes, grass, we've learned. I want to, I've been meaning for a while, because I've been looking at other people doing it, and it looks kind of cool. So I asked Brooke and Justin if it was okay, and they said they didn't mind. But I've been looking into maybe planting, clover in the backyard. So that it'll grow thicker so she can eat it, but also because it's better for, like, it retains water better. The seeds are a little hardier. It's more normal than, like, the invasive species that we use for, like, lawns now. But, like, I asked Brooke and Justin if I could do that, and they said yes, so I'm gonna look into how to do that. Because I think a clover back lawn would be really nice.
Maybe.
Just for the borb. And then Brooke and Justin, or Justin brought up, he wants to fix up our back patio so that way, A, we can sit out there in the summer, and B, so that he wants to fix it up for Gigi so that she can have a little catio and she can go outside. But we have to clean everything. We're gonna have to put some new cat trees in there.
Did I hear that right?
You
said catio.
Yeah, a catio is a thing that you build for your cats, so that way they can be outside but still, like, not outdoors, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I just never heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Until now.
Yeah. Because Gigi desires outside time, so we might fix it up and then make a little cat door for her, so that way she can go outside. So she too can get some vitamin D, so she can stare at the chicken in peace. One of the chickens I have likes to live in the ceiling of our barn for some reason. We have a perfectly good coop. All the other chickens live in the coop. It's just the one.
Yeah.
Momo's got smart. He's got spatial awareness. Hell yeah. Has the Assassino returned? Yes! Actually! He returned a little while ago, as a matter of fact. We caught him standing on the roof of her coop. The fucker? The Assassino! He's this local stray that's been harassing our fucking chicken! He's been about! The rat fuck! And the funny part is that, he keeps getting chased off, specifically by Gigi, because she slams her whole body into the window to chase him off. listen, if the trade-off for having an alert cat is that she occasionally hisses at Amazon drivers, then I think that's fine. Oh my god, wait a second. Hang on. I need to show you guys a picture. I need to make sure that you can't, like... Hang on, let me make sure that you can't, like, dox me from this picture, but, like...
Let me look. Let me look at it first.
But I have to show you this fucking picture. So... I just have to crop it a little bit. Fucking... every week on Wednesdays we get Uber Eats. And we got tacos this time. And our fucking Uber Eats driver. He took this fucking picture of the cat. The funniest part is apparently Justin said he caught her immediately post his. So she's staring at him through the door and just... And then he takes this picture of her. La criatura avisó. She looks so mad.
And for what reason?
The man is simply here to bring us our fucking food. And he's like, and she's just like, I fucking hate you. Die. It was so fucking funny. But she does that all the time. She hisses at Amazon drivers. We've legitimately... So I had a buddy from, back from my hometown who came to visit us, right? And he left with Justin to go get breakfast, but he came back first because Justin was a dummy and locked his keys in the car. And Brooke and I looked at each other and were like, oh man, they've been gone a while. I wonder where they're at. And as soon as we said it, we heard Gigi. And we're like, oh, he's back! But yeah, that's what she does. She'll just stand outside the door and look up at the delivery men and then hiss at them. We're like, don't hiss! No hissing!
Speaking of hissing, who came in?
That would be me.
Isonterio.
Hello.
The funniest part is that she'll... But, like, the minute that they come in the house, then nothing. Then she'll stop.
Coward.
She doesn't like them orbiting her... I also expected... So, we were curious, right? To see if she'd... If she'd, like, get mad at the chicken. So when we had to take her to the vet, we brought her in the house inside the cat carrier, so that way if Gigi swatted at her or tried to bite her, that she wouldn't be able to. She wouldn't be able to hurt her. Because we were just curious. We're like, is she gonna have... Oh, here's one that I did entirely with the... That I'm gonna do entirely with the symmetry tool. Somebody mentioned that earlier.
Froggy.
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 But... So
wait, why are you drawing... So wait, why are you drawing Froggy?
He's one of the KitKat characters.
Is Big the Cat one of them too?
This is, I assure you, not a regular frog.
Oh,
A non-regular frog. I'm unshitting myself.
An irregular frog. But we set the chicken down in the kitchen And again, she's in the cat carrier, so nothing bad can happen to her. And they had a surprisingly neutral reaction to each other's presence. Gigi didn't hiss, she didn't get mad. She just kind of paced around and she sniffed the carrier and was like, "What? What the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this member?" And then Henurita just sat in there and just looked at her and was like, "Oh, cat?" She didn't cower, she didn't fluff up. She seemed very neutral with Gigi's presence. Granted, I think if a fight broke out between the two of them, Gigi would not be the one to win that fight, but, you know.
I mean, cats and birds have been warring since they took over South America.
It's true. Listen, Gigi's a pampered cat who had to be taken in because her previous owner started van lifing, and Henurita's from the streets. Literally, we found her on our front door because she had escaped to the streets, and she'd gotten, presumably, several miles by herself without getting attacked by local cats, eaten by local cats, or getting hit by a car. So my money's on that if a fight breaks out between a cat and that chicken's gonna fucking win.
I just want to see just, like, the story of her escape, like, what's a story from Chew where it's like the one rooster that became a cyborg and a government agent?
We refer to her as the refugee.
She's the like, would it surprise you if, like, Gigi starts hissing at her and she just pulls a switchblade out of her feathers?
No. Listen, given that she was allegedly part of a cockfighting ring before we found her, no, it wouldn't.
It's just weird hearing just Feywild cockfighting ring.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing the image of, like, gnomes and pixies just chilling out coins for just chickens fighting each other. Either that, they're also tiny and they're just riding on the back's joust style. And I'm talking the joust where it's the ostriches with the balloons.
God, I wanna watch one of those again. I wanna go to a Ren fair so bad.
Yeah, I had some of my friends in LA, they were posting tons of pictures of one of the recent Ren fairs they went to.
Why do they have to hold the Ren fairs at the hottest time of the year?
You'd think they'd have them in, like, the fall with, like, all the layers. But I guess, like, for all, like, the...
You would think! That's exactly what you would think, but you'd be wrong! You'd be stupid, there would be egg on your face. No, it's this one? No.
Like, imagine, like a seasonal Ren fair, like, all the classic, like, doing, like, harvest theme kind of Ren fair, all the pumpkin goodies and apple and drinking hot cider.
Oh, that sounds so good. God, I miss the Ren fair. I'm a fucking theater kid who was raised on Greek myth and Shakespeare. Of course I miss the Ren fair.
Yeah, closest I ever got was going to medieval times when I was, like 12.
We used to go to the Ren fair every year. Which, again, if you knew my family, wouldn't surprise any of you in the slightest. I was raised by... I was molded by theater kids.
I was born in them.
Molded by them.
I didn't see my first play until I was...
I was... I'm trying to think. I was... 10? No, I was younger than that. I had to have been like 6, maybe even, when I went to my first stage performance. Because my grandmother was very big into stage theater, the one who's passed away. she loved the theater. So she made sure that when I was younger, she instilled a lot of respect for it in me. And I loved it. So I started, and I know that it had to be younger than that, because I was 7 when I was in my first play myself. It's why, fun fact, if you watch my videos, it's why when I'm doing scripted speaking, it's why I talk like that. I have a very particular cadence when I'm going on script that I've tried to break a little bit to make it sound a little more natural. But, like, that's why I talk like that when I'm on script, is because I was taught,
to enunciate and articulate, but sometimes it makes you sound like John Malkovich.
Yeah, it does. Well, because, like, I started theater training very young. And then and just because some people might be worried about that, if you know anything about anything, it was because I wanted to. Nobody made me. I asked.
No forcing it. Like kids like doing acting. Kids like doing fun things with that. It's not like,
This was
forcing
not
them to be.
This was not a dance mom situation. I wanted to act. So I asked my mom if it was okay for me to go out for local theater, and she said it was fine. So she let me go out for local stuff.
We weren't going to full on Heatons and Tiaras moments.
Yeah, no. This is not a Jeanette McCurdy situation. I wanted to do those things. But I loved it, and I did it all through, well, I did it through most of high school, and then a thing happened that we're not going to get into, and I stopped doing stage theater in high school, and then I started doing, I did speech, which I don't know is a thing everywhere, but I did speech for many years. I did that into college, which I really liked. It's also why I'm good at, I've joked before that that's why I'm good at live streaming. It's why it was something I was good at really quickly. It's because I don't have a problem with, like, stage fright. I've been speaking in front of people publicly for most of my youth. So those are just things I've never really had any kind of issues with. It's also why I can walk and chew bubblegum, so to speak. So I'm good at talking while I'm playing video games, or drawing for the most part. I do get a little quiet in some spots when I'm really focused, but... Me too. I was able to get out of cadence of script talking was reimagining the scene with doing a more casual, informal reading, that taking that energy, funnying it to the funny. True. Was the first play you watched Macbeth because it would explain a lot? The contrary would also explain a lot. No, it was Shakespeare. I think it was... No! It was The Nutcracker was the first one I saw. I remember that.
At least it wasn't the Russian live-action version.
Yeah, it was a performance of The Nutcracker. And I remember that because my grandma thought it would be a great place for a kid to get introduced to theater. And she was right. And then we saw it every year until I think I was like 10, when I told her that I was getting too old for it. And then she started taking me to Shakespeare performances, which we saw, which I think my first one was Midsummer Night's Dream, I believe.
Ooh.
If I'm remembering correctly.
I mean, there are a lot of Shakespeare plays, so you couldn't mix up one with another.
I do remember, I'd seen every famous Shakespeare play once by the time I entered high school. I think the only one I still haven't seen is I don't think I've
That's
seen a
impressive.
I think the only one I haven't seen a performance of yet is Othello. I think that's the only one I haven't seen yet. Every other famous one I've seen. And we saw stuff like Spamalot. It's a really great playhouse in the cities, the Guthrie, and we used to go to shows there all the time. That's where I saw my favorite show of all time, which is Arsenic and Old Lace. I want... Of all of the funny, like, old black and white comedies that have gotten remade, I want somebody to remake a modern version of Arsenic and Old Lace. I fucking love...
I'm surprised
I fucking love that movie.
I'm surprised they have it at this point.
So for those of you who are unaware, which I'm presuming is most of you, this is going to be where I get to sound like I'm 90 instead of Justin for once. Arsenic and Old Lace is an old black and white comedy. It's also a play. So this guy is trying to get married. He's trying to marry the girl of his dreams. But as he's planning to propose to her, he finds out that his 3 elderly aunts are serial killers who have been using arsenic to poison and kill other old people that stay in their bed and breakfast. I love that fucking play. It's so fucking funny. That looks better. Why? Because they're like, oh, you don't have anywhere else to go. You know? They're basically mercy killing, like, sad older people. And he's like, what are you... And he goes, how many are there? And I remember, like, one of my favorite scenes in that movie is the old women are looking at each other and they go, I don't remember. I think it's 12. Yes, it's 12, because I remember just last night. I remember thinking that this newest one would make a nice even dozen. No, it was a baker's dozen that we were going to have. It's 13. And then they get into this little, like, back and forth about, like, no, I'm sure it was 12, and he's having a fucking panic attack.
Like, it's very much like that pitch black comedy that just works so well.
Oh god, it's so fucking funny. Because there's something that's inherently, deeply, profoundly hilarious about this, like, neurotic individual looking at these 3, like, sweet little old grandmas who are just like, no, it's fine. We've just been murdering. Don't worry about it. It's so...
Like, I'm kind of surprised you haven't, like, adapted it for, like, a D&D campaign. Like, had, like, 3 elderly druids or something like that.
I've thought about it.
Yes, we returned them to the swale. It was a proper mercy killing.
One of my favorite aspects of that movie is, so the old biddies are, the caretakers of his uncle, I think? Who is delusional and thinks he's Teddy Roosevelt. So they've been getting him to help them bury the bodies by telling him that he's digging out the Suez Canal. And they're like, why can't you tell him to stop? That he's not Teddy Roosevelt. Oh, well, we tried once, but then we just made him so upset that he went upstairs, hid under a table, and refused to be anyone at all. It's so fucking funny. Shit like that just makes me giggle every time. It's so fucking silly. Thank you for pointing out the gray patch, by the way. I would have missed that.
Boop.
And export PNG. Hoppa. And pit is done. I guess I'll have to finish the other two off stream. Now, where am I gonna fucking send you?
Crafty, Danica.
Luca, Marin.
Is Marin still going?
Yeah. I'll send you to Marin. We haven't sent you to Marin in a while. Out of these flavors, are any of them lawful evil? I haven't decided yet.
Out of these flavors, can I eat any of them?
You can eat anything, but some of that's cannibalism, and that's frowned upon socially.
Oh well, don't act like you haven't thought about it.
I have. Chub. Does Minotaur taste like beef?
Everyone has had their Laios moments.
So, Saturday's stream... I don't know. We might do another $5 doodles. We might also do... we might also play a game. I haven't decided. We'll see. Saturday's kind of my gimme day. For now, we're gonna send you over to Marin. Goodbye!